Circuit, with a danger level of run for your life. Circuit, among its variants, is annoyingly loud, aggressively cursed, and just petty enough to mess with your resolution settings while trying to murder you. Like the other void entities, Circuit is made of tangled black veins, but instead of a triangle, its head is shaped like a diamond. Frequently seen crawling on all fours, locking eyes with you like a dog that just heard a snack bag open. It usually hides underground, stalking caves, but sometimes shows up dressed as a pig, a villager, or even you, which is honestly the creepiest jump scare Minecraft has ever allowed. Once it starts chasing, you're done. Blindness hits, the screen shakes, it toggles full screen mode as the phrase, "There is no way out," burns across your display while glitchy red images flash in your face. Then, boats disappear, blocks vanish, hostile mobs get purged, and the pause menu just gives up. Though Circuit may have many disguises, it doesn't mean you can't figure out which is real, and when you do, either shoot it or you run for your life. The Broken End. Rarely seen but feared through lore, the Broken End is the largest void entity at about 18 blocks tall. Its red eye splits into 12 red ones when he's angry, and trust me, you'll know when. He only spawns during corrupted moon phases, brings rain, disables chat and sleep, and just stands there, glitching like the void's own scarecrow. Look at him, and one of two things happens. He might disappear and leave behind a strange block, or return 25 seconds later to begin chasing. Once the latter starts, your pause menu is gone, your screen is covered in flickering webs, then boats and golems vanish, and your vision locks to him as he slowly closes the distance. Every 5 seconds, the game shifts between night and day, messages flash, and then, without warning, it's over in one hit. The Broken End may seem passive at first, but remember, he's a tank-build void entity, so when he finally moves, it's because survival is no longer part of the script. Integrity. Standing at about 9 blocks tall, Integrity is known to be the strongest among all void entities. That is because, aside from manipulating the game mechanics, he's also capable of turning his victims into entities like a literal god. Fortunately for you, this massive and powerful entity cannot be encountered without being spawned through command. Once spawned, you'll see his all-black wire-like body and an inverted pyramid head running towards you while blabbing his real serious threat. And upon contact and just 3 hits, he can break your Netherite armor without a sweat, so it's best to avoid him at all cost. But that's only his normal version, cause in his boss fight variant, he won't only try to kill you, but he will rewrite your save files, corrupt your worlds, delete blocks, and drop exploding circuit missiles, like it's doing a Windows update mid-fight. You get slowed, blinded, erased. He can lower your health without hitting you, mess with time, and even vanish entirely from your sight. You can spawn him, sure, just make sure you finish him fast before this work in progress finishes everything else, including you. Null. Also known as Mob is Missing ID, Null is a pitch-black player-like entity standing at almost 2 blocks tall. He's known to collect versions of himself like Pokémons, and each one's more spiteful than the last. Some just stare, others scream, teleport, mine through walls, or straight up ban you from existence. He shows up about 15 minutes in, appearing online in the player list, and can start to pop up as an entity. When you try to sleep, he'll spawn and block your bed, glitch your screen, and drop lines like, "Worship me, can you see me?" and the classic "Join us," which is always what you want to hear at 3 AM from a soulless Steve with black particle effects. When you interact with Null in chat, his responses vary wildly. Like if you mention Herobrine, he just stays silent. But if you type Null, he'll spawn and kill you. And if you drop an FU, nothing is watching will spawn, then the game crashes. As expected from a 14-year-old Ghost Pixel entity, XXRAM2DIE XX, a former player on the clan server, a world folder found directly in the mod's files. Ram2Die is an anomaly who used to be Zero Null Void Zero, but after some mysterious shift he became this black Steve-looking shadow with the energy of a corrupted admin ghosting your server. Most of his skin is pitch black, echoing the look of Null, and his entrance is always cursed. Break a hello block and you'll get the usual chat junk, but then comes Ram2Die joined the game, paired with a random cave sound and your last bit of peace. Even before that, he stares at you, just stands there, unblinking, then starts talking in hexadecimal like he's possessed by a calculator. If you walk toward him, you either get banned from your world entirely, or he morphs into Null and tries to end you. Either way, game's over. Far away. Far away is easy to spot from a distance due to its pure white body that glows like it forgot to load a texture and decided to become holy instead. Unlike most entities in the broken script, Faraway doesn't attack, crash, or ban you. It won't even stop you from sleeping. It just stands there watching like it's waiting for your next existential crisis. When the sky is visible, Faraway might spawn and immediately despawn with a 70% chance of ghosting you instantly. But if you look at it or get within 25 blocks, it yanks your camera toward it and jump scares you with either static or a cursed image of the moon's 8th phase, then vanishes. No damage, no chaos, just psychological trauma. It has 510 health, so you can kill it, but why would you? Maze Shadow. Another pitch black entity, just like Null, Maze Shadow is just another chill guy in the broken script. It looks like a shadowy player model that forgot its texture file, casually roaming around the Void X or dark corners of the field dimension. No threats, no jump scares, just vibes. Try to get within 20 blocks, it'll vanish like a shy Herobrine. You can punch it, but it's tanky and still doesn't care. Honestly, let him wander. He's not hurting anyone. Revuxa. Resembling Minecraft Steve, Revuxa is a grayscale entity with no eyes, dried blood on his skin, and the permanent "I've seen too much" vibe. He's barely visible in-game, only appearing for a single tick behind you right before a world ban, like a glitchy guardian angel with a death wish. You'd miss him unless you're in F5 and somehow knew you were about to get kicked from existence. In the lore, Revuxa was murdered in real life by Circuit, who apparently crawled out of his monitor and turned him into content. Pieces of his pixelated corpse show up in chests as the item name .Revuxa, usually in cursed locations like Dead End. His death might have been because he rejected the Void's influence, which, honestly, was probably his first and last mistake. Type Revuxor in chat, and Null just responds, "Poor soul." No texture. A slightly dangerous entity that stands at about 4 blocks tall, No Texture has a checkered appearance consisting of magenta and black, and has a body like a headless Minecraft player whose guts grew from its neck and gave up halfway through. Its entire body jitters constantly like it's trying to load a missing skin from the void. Also called Follow, this glitchy lad spawns only at night, paints the ground with magenta poop blocks called disruption blocks, and prevents you from sleeping with the error message ER.texture. Cozy, right? If you get too close, it'll disappear in a puff of dark particles and either give you a name.null item or teleport you to day A, better than Naruto's teleportation jutsu, while setting your health to a number between 1 and why is the screen fading? Oh, and sometimes it just teleports you to where it stood like some creepy ghost version of musical chairs. It doesn't move fast, but it doesn't have to. Every second it exists, it replaces blocks around it, making the whole place feel like a cursed texture pack gone rogue. R2. R2 is also called Silhouette due to its human shape. This entity can spawn at night, shake like it's buffering a horror movie, and ruin your day just by existing. Standing at around 5 blocks tall, R2 is a shadowy 2D figure with no face, no voice, and no patience. It appears when the sky is visible, then immediately rolls a 70% chance to despawn just to spite you. If it sticks around, you'll hear a creepy cave sound, get locked out of sleeping with his presence, and your chat might just fail entirely like it's having a breakdown. Then it stares, just stands there, shaking, watching, and waiting. Get close and one of two things will happen. Either you get a creepy overlay that says, "Can't you see?" or R2 launches into a block-breaking sprint, ignores your armor, deals 13 damage per hit, and crashes your game if it finishes you off. It can change time, disable your pause button, and force you into survival. There's also He, the rare static-covered version that makes it rain and strikes lightning on spawn. It acts the same, but glows like your monitor just exploded. Both disappear in daylight, but not before reminding you that your game is very much haunted. Herobrine. The oldest Minecraft myth, Herobrine, is more symbolic than active in this mod. Yes, it's creepy, but mostly harmless. With his darker Steve skin and iconic glowing white eyes, he's got the same vibes as an old screenshot that shouldn't exist. In the broken script, he only spawns if the sky's visible, and even then has a 99% chance of vanishing instantly. If he does appear, he just stands there, watching. Stare too long, and he might teleport to you and give you blindness for a few seconds, then disappear like a bad memory. No bans, no crashes, just vintage paranoia. Hetzer. Hetzer's spheroid appearance is said to be geometrically interesting, but if you ask me, it looks creepier than the void entities due to its uncanny semblance to true angels. Picture 3 black and white static rings orbiting a glowing cube, constantly jittering like a bad signal on a cursed TV. Formerly a player named Blackout, Hetzer became whatever this is after being killed by Circuit, which is somehow both tragic and lore accurate. Hetzer doesn't chase or talk. It just floats in place, flickering in and out like it's buffering reality. Stare at it and it'll vanish, give you brief blindness, play a cursed version of Subwoofer Lullaby, and set the time today. After a weird 60-second silence, it'll summon Circuit, either in creeper disguise or full chase mode. You basically get rewarded for looking at it with trauma. Nothing is watching. Looking like a sensor bar, Nothing is Watching is a 7-block tall rectangular entity that stares at you while vibrating. It's pitch black, completely flat, and always faces you no matter where you move. When it spawns, a cave noise hits, followed by static that sounds like your speakers dying in fear. It just stands there at first, slowly approaching until you look at it too long or get too close. Then it either disappears with a lightning strike or launches into full chase mode. Your screen floods with black flashing artifact. Your vision locks onto it, and it may teleport right next to you. If it gets within 5 blocks, you're instantly deleted with 500 damage and the game crashes. Entity Spawner. Invisible and passive, but essential. Entity Spawner, as the name suggests, spawns all major threats under specific moonlight and sky conditions. It only has a 5% chance to show up, but when it does, it instantly vanishes and becomes something worse. Null, Circuit, Hetzer, R2, or even the Broken End if the moon's feeling especially cursed. Players called it Parasite for a reason. It's because it feeds the world more monsters like it's hosting a void-themed bake sale. You can't really fight it, you just pray it doesn't succeed. Sub-Anomaly 1. It may be slow and stationary, but Sub-Anomaly 1 emits harmful black particles and doesn't chase or actively engage. Instead, it lurks like a bad smell, completely silent, barely visible, and still capable of wiping out anything within 2.5 blocks. It's basically a walking cloud of null particles with a hitbox the size of a parrot, and if it spawns near you, good luck noticing before it starts vaporizing your crops, mobs, or dignity. This thing spawns constantly in older versions, often in groups of 6 or more, and it'll happily murder anything nearby, including other broken script entities like R2. You can't hurt it unless you use another mob, which usually dies trying since it has 910 health and no chill. Touching water doesn't slow it down either, it just turns it into a 5x5 cobblestone platform, like some cursed bridge builder from hell. At best, it's a farming nightmare. At worst, it's a passive-aggressive void tumor. Think you're ready to face these entities? Hit subscribe and we'll see you in the next video.